Okay, good morning. It is Monday, June 21st. It's another Martha's Tips and Tricks. And today we are going to really learn about Google Authenticator, more accurately, two-factor authentication. And you should be able to see on my desktop the login screen to CFX. You also see this little panel with a red logo. It's called Authy. I'm about to set it up. And so let me remind you what Google Authenticator is after I do the traffic lights on this. So right here, this screen, the login is asking for my Google authentication. Actually, it's asking, for two-factor authentication. And so when I open up Google authentication, the top number here is my Google authentication number. Now, this is really, really important, as many of you know, that it protects your account. No one's getting in until they get the right Google Authenticator, and there's 6 digits. So it changes every 60 seconds. And so that's great, all good. Then a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, you lose your phone. Or I've had people, their phone dropped and the screen cracked and they couldn't see, and they trade in their phone, and all of a sudden they're trying to log in. And look at this, you can't guess this. There's no way of guessing. So you're like, oh, I can't log in. And that's when I asked, well, did you take a screenshot of the authenticator code of when you set up two-factor authentication? And most of the time it's no, I didn't. And I'm like, okay. So we're going to go through a bunch of things. This is a really going to be broad, but I'll go into depth. So right now I am going to use Google Authenticator and put it in. So it's 874-556. And that's going to let me go into my account. Now, some of you, and I'm about ready to cap out. By the way, those of you that can be here on Saturday at 3 p.m. Mountain, I'm going to upgrade my account to the $70,000 contract. Okay, so back to Google Authentication. Under the account setting in your menu, there's two-factor authentication. And when I say Google, I really mean two-factor authentication. Two factors meaning two devices, two programs, two things that are not connected really to authenticate you as the user. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn it off because I want to go through the process of setting it back up and showing you what to do. Okay, so on my phone, I'm getting 760-136. So that's the number I have to turn it. I'm in my back office, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay. I'm going to just hit enter and enter again. It's going to say, are you sure you want to turn it off? And yes, I do. And now it's shut off. Okay. This is what you will see when you pay for your first contract. And once your first contract is active, CFX then knows you've got money in your account. They're going to make you protect it. They're going to make you turn on two-factor, right here, two-factor authentication. It's just money in the account means it's got to be protected. Pretty obvious, okay? So you choose the button set up now. Now there's 2 videos on how to set it up. On the left one, it describes really well what to do. And if you have a phone, that means multiple devices, you watch the left side video. Now, 99% of the time, I show people what to do. So I'm better than the video. But this is me on a video for you, those watching the recording. On the right side is how to install two-factor authentication on your browser. And that's what I'm going to do with Authy, this little red panel you see on your screen as well. Okay, so there are 2 ways, and you can do both. If you're, if you think about it, you can do actually both. So I'm going to get this close. Now, as I'm sharing this on a recording, I am definitely going to change it back after this recording. I don't want you to see. Yeah, Derek knows. I'm just giving you access to my account right now.
I just
Yeah.
did it, Chase. I just copied it onto my phone.
Did you? Okay, good. Well, that's good. So what I'm going to do on my phone here, and each app is a little bit different, but I'm going to just tap on the three dots in the top right. I'm going to turn this to edit mode, just to edit mode. I'm going to delete it because it's no longer right. So I get these funny little dots, and then I get a little pencil, tapping on the pencil. Then I see the little trash can in the right. That'll delete it. Now, it warns you and says, are you sure? Because it knows most of the time you can't recover this. And if you lose it, you won't be able to log into the websites that you want to get logged into. So you have to do this carefully. I'm going to remove the account. Now I'm ready to go. So I'm going to set it up both on my phone and on this red little app called Authy. Now, I should say Authy is a website. You can go to authy.com/download. Just go to authy.com. I'll show you what I did. So you just click the red button on Authy. And this is enabling 2FA, two-factor authentication for your favorite websites. It'll work on CacheFX. So you just click on download, and you can put it on mobile, but you can also put it on your desktop. And there's multiple operating systems, including Windows and Mac. Okay. I download it. Now you're seeing this panel right here. So I already have an account. So I'm going to see if Authy can be set up. This is the download, the program that I ran after clicking the download button. So it's a little program and it runs on your computer. I'm going to set it up both on my phone and on Authy, so I'd have it in two places. Why would I do that? Well, I've just backed myself up and I can run it on two places in case my phone is charging, or God forbid you lose your phone, at least you can get in, or things like that. Okay. So I'm going to log into Authy. It wants my phone number, my mobile number, and I'll go, let's see here. And it's not working. So nice. God. That's the right number. I don't know. Maybe they want dashes. I doubt it. No, they don't. Okay, this may be a shorter version than I thought. We may have to resort to mom
Plus
doing
one.
the rest of
You got to
this
put
stuff.
+1, Chase.
Yeah, I know. Oh, +1.
Plus
Thank
one.
you. Thank you, Derek. Fantastic. 691. And boy, it's still not going there. Maybe I have to select it. So I'll just do it. There it is. Okay. And get verified. Yeah, I'll get it via a text. Okay. Looks like I may have to, if I have it on another phone. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like I have it on another device, so I can't do this. That's okay. I can, there is another way to do it on CacheFX, by the way. You can add this extension, and there's a Authenticator app. These are extensions. You can get it on the App Store for Mac. And then actually, I should say, this is the mobile app up here. And LastPass is also a mobile app because you can get it on Apple Store or the Google Play. The bottom one is installing a plugin, and I'll go ahead and do that. So the plugin is a way to do it with your browser. You might want to decide whether you just want it on one device or two. And you don't have to do all three of these or two of these or whatever, but I'm showing you some multiple things. So what we're going to do is add it to Chrome on my Mac. So I'm just going to click the Chrome browser or icon. It should open in a new tab, and it did. So this is a way to add it to your browser, your computer. Make sure that you're the only one that logs into your browser or on your computer. Okay. I'm going to add this to Chrome. It's called an extension. Okay. And it seems to have, let me double check. Yeah, it's right up here. It has been added. I did this earlier. And so it goes through the process of adding this extension to the browser. And then there's a little barcode looking like this. This symbol right here is in my browser right next to the little fox for Firefox extension and stuff. That's the icon. And then it's running these different Google two-factor authentications for my accounts. So I don't think I have it for my account here, which is great. Okay. So I have the extension. I've just used the Authenticator plugin for my browser called Google Authentication. And I clicked on it using the Chrome browser because I'm on the Chrome browser. Also works on Firefox. And I can't remember, that's
Edge.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's one way to do it. The Authy app is another way, but I already have it logged in on another computer. So I think it just runs on one. So we may have learned something there. So now I come back, and here's where many might forget to do this step. And we're going to do a screenshot. So on my Mac, I can do a keyboard command. What I'm doing is getting the security key. This is a series of, and you can see it on what I'm doing is copying or I'm putting in a box the secret key. Those letters and numbers are the same as the black and white QR code. One is a text version, one is a graphic version. But I also, because I do it for other people, I want to have my username in the screenshot. Okay, so I want to have the secret key and the QR code and include my username. And so I can just do that. Okay. And let me just show you that I've taken a screenshot. Hang on one second. So I'm just going to go slow. This is the process. And so I'm going to drag the screenshot into my browser. So I have the username. That's me. Okay. I have the secret key. That's the U5LE. I could write that down or copy it, but I also have it in this printout or the screenshot, and I have the QR code. Okay, so all of this is set up so I can know who it is, me. You might do it for other people, and then you have the screenshot and the text. That's a picture. This is a picture. It's a screenshot. You need to know how to do a screenshot. We've done that numerous times. Look back in the other tips, tricks with Martha, and you'll learn how to take screenshots. Okay. So back to Cache Effects. Now what I do is scan this, and I can scan it on my phone, and I can also scan it with the extension. I'm going to do the extension first. Okay. I'm going to do it two ways to back myself up. So I'm going to click on the little, again, this little symbol, this little barcode with the funny things on it. That's the symbol in the app. It's right up here in my browser on Chrome. And it'll be on this browser all the time. Next, underneath it is a little scanning symbol with little squares and a line through it. It says to scan QR code. I have to be on Cache Effects. I have to have the barcode ready. So don't have part of the barcode because you can't move it and you're like, crap, I can't move the barcode. Get it down here so you can see it because you're about to scan it. So I click on the scanning icon or the app, the extension, click on the symbol to scan. It says scan QR code. Click that. Now the whole screen goes gray. And in the middle, you're seeing this illustration, it's saying go from top left to bottom right with your mouse because it's a crosshair, and draw over the illustration. Now mine's on the left. Okay, so I just do that. So I drag this little square. It's a symbol, it's an outline now. You can see that. That's scanning. It's telling your browser where the QR code is. As soon as I release, it'll say Chase Swift AI is added. There it is, Chase Swift AI. That's my username. So your username is built into the black and white dots. I know, it's amazing stuff. Okay, so now I can click OK. So now, if I go back up here, probably at the bottom, no, it's the second one. For some reason, it's the second one, 041775. Now, you need to wait before going on, or actually, I could do this later because I have the screenshot. I can add other apps or other things because I have a screenshot. So to you guys, you're seeing it. In fact, you can all be scanning this, thinking you're going to get into my account, la da da, you're not, because I'm going to redo this after this Zoom call. Okay. But I took a screenshot so I can print that and have it, because a black and white code is it's easy to print out. And if you want to, you can just have the black and white code. That's all you need to print out. And maybe you're just going to write your username on the sheet of paper. That's fine too. I like including my username and the black and white code and the secret key. And by the way, I can go back and I can copy the secret key. Okay. Hang on 1 second. We're going to do something. Actually, I have a little notepad right here. So these are the notes from my meeting. It comes in with a little black. Hang on. I'm going to strip that out. I use a text program that undoes formatted text. So that's my secret key. So you would want to have that out as well. You saved. You want to have the screenshot and you want to have the secret key. Okay, the secret key is the text version of the barcode. And by the way, if you wanted to, you could, I think this will work. I'm going to try. Yep, it did. I dropped it into this Google document. This could be Microsoft Word. This could be Pages on a Mac. So you might just want to bring this up as big as possible so that you can see it well. And I don't know if it's in a line, something like that, whatever. So back yourself up, because if you lose your phone, you can use the text or you can use the barcode to rescan if you lose your phone or it gets cracked or any number of things, and it happens. Just back yourself up too, because someone else can get into your account with your permission if you have this all printed out. Okay, so then I could just go to the print icon, print this out, and it would be backed up, okay, documented and safe for future needs when I lose my phone or if my computer crashes. All these things happen. They do. Okay. So print this out. Don't just save it as a PDF. Print it out. Okay. Now let's go back. I've done it one way. The other way I can do it is with my phone. So I can bring up the Google Authentication app. Okay. And it's ready. And I hit the little plus at the bottom. And that's how you add a scan. So I click the plus, and then it says, what do you want to do? Well, I want to scan a code. Scan a QR code. Really easy. Tap on that, turns on my camera, which is looking this way. So I just turn it and I scan that code that's on my screen. And amazingly, I'm going to bring it up and I get 401. Let me show you which one it is, the bottom one. 401-455, the same as what's on the screen. So they're matched and they're about to change in 10 seconds. So I've duplicated this. Now it's 537, 854. And that's interesting. It's a little different. Nope, I was reading the wrong.
583, 241.
I was looking at the wrong one on my phone. So I've duplicated it 2 times. I could duplicate it a third. If I could get Authy working, which I can't, I could do it there. There are many ways to do this. Take your time, kind of figure out what you want to do. So now I have it 2 places on my phone. Okay, and also on the extension. I'll do it on the extension. The extension is really nice because if you just click the blue number, it copies it. Now it's asking for permission for Google Chrome to copy this. So I have to allow it. That only is required the first time. I want to use the power of copy and paste. So I'll click allow. Simple. Then you have to do it again. Bring down the extension, find the username that I want, 860 951. And that's exactly what it says on my phone. Okay. So they're matched because of it's the same time. This, by the way, Google Authenticator or any authenticator is a mathematical formula based on the time of day. The time of day is always this, time is consistent, right? Right now it's Monday, June 21st, but it's 10:22 a.m. in Colorado. So at 10:22, it has a certain process, a mathematical formula to come up with the number 080611. It does not have to be on the internet. It's a mathematical formula based on the time of day. So it changes based on time. So your devices have to be on the same time. So my phone and my computer have to be at the same exact time, same time, okay? So I'll click on 249, 644, it copies it. I'll do it again. That copied says it's copied to memory. It's copied. So 249, 644, all I have to do is click down here and paste, Control V, and then hit enter, because you only have 60 seconds. Okay, so 2-factor authentication is enabled. Now they have you do it again, one for repetition, so you really know what you're doing. So I'll let the number change. I'll bring it up on the extension. So I'll let it change. Actually, it's 854, 516. That's fine. So I'll click that. It copies it. Click here, do Command B, and then I'll hit enter. Boom. Now I've set up Google Authenticator. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, it means when I log out and I'm logged out and then I log in, it's going to protect. And some of you may have scanned it. You know that it's 004576. Okay, there it is. Only have 10 seconds. This is a little pie chart. Looks like a little clock. It's about to change. 947, 938. Both of it, my devices say the exact same thing.
Even online, Chase, across the pond.
Yes, even Derek, who scanned it without my permission. Yeah, no, that it works because Derek is in a different time zone, but it's still a certain time all the way around the world. It does the mathematical formula at that time. I can be anywhere in the world. That makes sense. If I go to a different time zone, it's still based on the same time, right? As long as my computer, now Derek can be in the UK and my computer's in the United States. Does it generate the same number? Yes, it does, because it's the certain time. It's not the time zone, it's the time, okay? So you don't need to be on the internet to get the right number. So I'll just put in 679 129, and then you just click into the first box. And then on a Mac, I have to go edit, paste. It'll put the number in, it goes gray. You don't see the number, but I'm in, okay? So that's how to do it. Now, later today, I'm going to come back and I'm going to enter this number. Well, it's changing. 113850 as an example. I would paste that in and I would turn it off. Okay, I'll disable it. We'll do that right now. So this is very important. Now, what happens if someone's phone breaks and all these things? Well, you cannot log in and generate a support ticket. Number one, if you log out and you lose your phone, guess what will happen? This. Ta-da! You're like, crap, my phone's gone. I don't have it. I didn't log in. I don't have two ways. I don't have the extension maybe, or I don't have Authy. So you're stuck. You can't log in. That's a good thing. It's that secure. So what happens is, now let me log in with my 2FA number. And now it's a blue number. I can click on it. It copies it. I put my cursor in the box and I go to edit paste. And I just paste it in there and then I'm back in. So let's pretend, you can't log in if you've lost your two-factor authentication. You can't log in. So you're really stuck. You can't generate a support ticket if you can't get in. So they have a solution, your sponsor. So your sponsor knows you, obviously, and can vouch for you. And then they can log into support and they can generate a support ticket. So I have a number of these. So typically what I have to do, what I do is I copy the username of the person and I put reset a two-factor authentication and then I have the username. So I'm going to back to my notes. So I'll show a little notes. So we have this. Let's go down a ways. Let me add some lines here, hopefully. Okay. So this is going to be what the support ticket. So I'm going to say how to, the support ticket info that your sponsor sends. Okay. So I'm going to have to do it for one of my people that I've sponsored. Well, I'm going to choose Roger. Okay. So his username is actually Roger. Okay. Then I would have to go into Cache Effects and find his ID. You want to help Cache Effects as best as you can. Don't have them do all the legwork that you can do. So go under your networks to your unilevel tree. When you click on unilevel tree, it'll show you all the people you sponsored, and mine is so much it's hard to find anybody, but I can search for Roger. I need his ID. That's what I'm getting. So here it is, Roger Bicknell, and his number is 12403. It also says that right here, and you can click in the black area and move this up. This is a graphical representation of your downline. So click here on the white, and you'll see there's Roger's number. His ID is 12403. So I'm just going to copy that here. And we'll go back to our notes. And so you could say, please reset the 2FA. They know what that is. You can look all really cool and say, yeah, 2FA, even though you don't fully understand what it is. That's okay. For Bicknell. This is someone you sponsored, so of course you know their name. And then you could say ID, and that's the ID. That helps them. It verifies that you are indeed the sponsor, okay? So this is the message you're going to send. Now there's a little bit more. So let's go back to Cache Effects. And you could get their name, of course. And you got username. So we could also do username as far as the what you're putting into the document. So I'm going to get that. Hang on. Copy it one more time. I'm pasting it into a notepad. So then come back to my notes and then say username Roger. Okay. So all you got to do is say, please reset the 2FA for Roger Bicknell, the name of the person you sponsored. Give them their ID so they know that you've looked it up and you're going to help them. And then you got the username. That is it. Then the last thing I say is, we love CFX and your great support. There are guys that work on the computer and do the support. You should be very nice to them. I would recommend. Okay. So what you would do is, now you've got the name of your referral. You got their ID. It's all available right under networks in the unit level tree. Type in their name or their username, I should say. It'll also pick up their name, but I got a few Rogers, so you'd have to know who it is. Okay. Once you have that, you can go to support. Okay. Now I have a bunch of these I've already done. In fact, I do it quite often. Okay. So I'm teaching you how to do the same thing. Okay. Not hard. You're going to click on a new ticket because you're going to create a new ticket. And it goes to, on the left side is just their information, the RBS tower in Panama City. On the right side, we see a support form in the type. It says suggestion, bug report, question, or other. And it's kind of another. Okay. It could be a question, but I just choose other. Okay. The next item we need to choose, it's right there. Account access, 2FA. Boom. That's what we'll choose. So account access, 2FA. There's email chains and payments and other things, but the best one by far, and they probably do a lot of these, is account access, 2FA. Okay. So the last one is subject, and that's when I come back to my notes and I would just copy this, reset a two-factor authentication, and you can say 2FA. So you can say it that way. So you can just say 2FA or two-factor. 2FA is shorter. So copy that, put it into the subject. And then it's got the username of the person that the support person knows right away who needs the help. That's a good thing to do. And come back to your notes and just copy these. This is all you need. Okay. Go back and paste that in. That looks really good. And it says exactly what you need to do. Now, should we have a little fun and reset Rogers to FA? No, we should not have a little fun, but you would just click send. Okay. I won't do that because they would literally do that. And I did this very recently and it only took 15 minutes. And I believe it was on a Sunday, amazingly. So they are very responsive. They are right on the ball. If you're very kind, they'll probably do it even faster. So my recommendation is be very kind and thoughtful and thank them for their great support, all that good stuff. Okay. And then your downline member will get I will get an email, by the way, and it'll say the 2FA has been reset for your member and they can log in. And so then you can have them log in and they will go to the setup of 2FA, which is what we were doing just moments ago when I went through the setup of turning it on. Okay. So that is the process of redoing your 2FA, or if you've locked yourself out, how to have your sponsor help you. So I'm doing this video to save me some time and you some time. Now we have a pretty comprehensive video on how to do the whole thing. Okay. So with that, yeah, let's just make sure I can log out, log back in, and I can because I've reset it. I can go off my phone, which has gone to sleep, so I have to bring it back up. So the number is, it's red, it's changing, 504 530. Am I right? 504 530. Click on that, paste it, click it right into the first box, go to edit, paste. Some of you can do Control V on a keyboard and just paste it right in. And now I'm into my account. And if I need to, obviously after this Zoom call, I will go in here, turn it off, turn it back on. I'll change the extension. There's a little edit button here, by the way, or that's a pin. Let me see. Oh, that's interesting. It'll bring back the code so you can rescan it. That's kind of nice. But if there's a way to delete it, oh, you know what's the edit? The pencil at the top. So there it is. So you need to go to the username. And by the way, you can rename it. So you can change, this is the username. It's probably the best information, but then you can take that out. And it says, are you sure you want to delete this? This action cannot be undone. So make sure when you're really ready to delete it, that you're okay and set up on another device, okay? So I'll say yes, because I have it on my phone, okay? So now I can click the check mark and I'm back. I don't have that anymore on my account, but I do have it on my phone. I will leave this here so I can turn it off. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So it's 529 434. And again, I'm turning it off. Okay. I'm going to wait because it's going to go to the setup and I don't want you to see that. Okay. So this is a rather intensive, deep look into Google authentication. It's fantastic. It'll keep your account safe. It's required anytime you have any contract activated. And as we teach our teams, teach is the key word. We're going to teach them, hey, watch this video. Chase goes through exactly how to make sure you don't paint yourself into a corner and not have a backup, okay? Print out your Google 2FA codes, copy that little text. These are all things that are rather important. It's not the end of the world because you can reset it with a support ticket. But let's say that we're going to really impress CFX and our whole team, everyone, John Kinnear, me, you, we have this down to a science. And all of a sudden, they don't even have to support our team. It's all the other people that they have to support because we are sharing this video and we care enough to teach others. So any other last minute questions or thoughts?
I have one, Chase.
Okay, Kathy, go ahead.
Please. Is it necessary, like in the start of that, you had to disable? So do we have to go in and disable our
Only
2FA?
if you want to have it maybe on 2 devices, or maybe you haven't gotten a paper backup. If you haven't gotten a paper backup, it's just a matter of time, maybe that something happens with your phone or your computer might crash. And then it just saves the time of having to generate a support ticket. And your sponsor has to do that. So if you don't have a paper backup, I would turn it off and reset it back up and get a paper printed off document with the barcode and the text. So, and keep it with your other important documents, your Bitcoin wallet, the 12 words, your password to CFX, your username, your email, those types of things. As long as you have that all together, you are good. If you don't, we can turn it off, turn it back on, and go through the correct process to save it on a piece of paper. And you can have more than 2 copies. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. That was a good question. So definitely on things like wallet 12 words, you got to have that. You're going to have that printed anyways. By the way, this is a reminder if you haven't, you can go through the setup of your wallet as well and get the 12 words printed, printed, not handwritten with a sloppy, is that an I or an E or an F or an L or an O? All these things. Make sure it's printed. And this demonstration was just on Google Authenticator. So, all righty. Well, Mom, what do you think? Did we do a good job?
You did.
Awesome. That's why that's why we call it Martha's Tips and Tricks.
Hi, John.
You taught him well, Martha.
Yes. Right.
Oh,
So
Gary,
now we can ensure that everybody on our team pass this video along. I will have this downloaded, uploaded on YouTube. By the way, let me go and show you where these videos are. So if I'm sharing my screen, which I am, so this is the tips and tricks email that you got. And all these calls right here, they're recorded. So you just click on Martha's Tips and Tricks. That'll take you to her YouTube channel where I post these videos. And you're going to see them all. And today's video will be number 13. So it's recording live right now, but it'll be here later today. So from the newsletter, these newsletters are very important. These are all very important links. Okay. Today, the most important is the Martha's Tips and Tricks. Just click there. It'll take you to the playlist. You don't have to remember anything. Then it'll be number 13. Okay, well, then we have number 9. Okay, number 9. That's really good too. I also talk about it in number 11. So we have lots of good information, videos that people can follow and learn about two-factor authentication. Okay, and it does have Authy on it. So I did do it a while ago.
Case, how
Yeah.
many people are watching Martha's Tips and Tricks now across the world?
Well, that's yeah, Mom is excited because she has a number of subscribers now, which is exciting. So we can go to, well, right here. So we have 155 subscribers. She had like 9 when we first started. And so the real reason that is, which is good, is one of the videos was on Ticatory. And that was a keyword that people all over the internet were searching for. So I've made it private again. But for a number of people, they found you because of Ticatory. But if you, for chance, let's go to YouTube, you forget you don't have the newsletter. Just go to youtube.com. Okay. YouTube has a search. It's right in the top. So Martha's Tips and Tricks. Okay. And then hit enter to search for that, or yep, just hit enter. And now my browser is seeing this often, but you should see symbol of Mom's account right here. Martha's Tips and Tricks. So that's how you can find it if you don't have the newsletter. Then you click on Martha's Tips and Tricks, and you'll want to go to a playlist. It's a little, I make it easy in the newsletter. It's taking a moment to load. Come on. There it goes. I'll back out. I'm zoomed in a little bit here. There we go. Just go to the playlist. And there's Martha's Tips and Tricks, the full playlist. So that's another way to do it. It's longer, it's harder, I know. The best way is right in your newsletter. Every Zoom call, I do this. And so that Zoom link, sorry, the YouTube link, Martha's Tips and Tricks, just click that. It'll get you right there. And by the way, good to review these videos every so often and see what you may have missed. Okay. So these are mainly for beginners, and we have a lot of beginners that want to join Cash Effects or that have joined. So just give them a gentle nudge and say, hey, have you, you might need some help. It's an easier way to say, gosh, you're making this hard on my life. So you can have them learn some simple things. There are videos that they can watch, and it's an effective way to duplicate your effectiveness in building a team, because then we don't have to answer the same questions over and over. Just pass along the video that does it all for us. So hopefully this has been helpful, and we're all excited about Cash Effects, I know, but to be backed up and secure is just an additional good feeling to have, and makes you sleep good at night knowing that everything is good with your account. It's secure. No one's going to get into it. And we backed ourselves up, so we don't have a crisis when our phone, is lost, or the screen breaks, or it gets, we dump it in the water and it's, in the ocean or whatever. So those things can happen, and they have happened. I've had to reset Google Authenticator for quite a few people. So not the end of the world. We're going to do that, but this video should help. And I should say, last Sunday I did it for, well, just yesterday, and I got a response back in 15 minutes. So be polite, be courteous, be helpful, help your support person with the username of the person and their name and their ID. That way they're like, oh, this is all the information I need. Bada bing, bada boom. They reset it, done. And then the new person can get back onto their account, take screenshots, print it out, pin it on their phone or on the desktop. 2 different places is fine. And you just back yourself up, and you sleep really good at night. So awesome stuff. I'm going to end the recording now, and we can hang on for a few moments here.